And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to Kayla C1, Manners and Respect, Soul Flow, and family. Same to you, Kayla. Thank you for being here this morning. Let me give a shout out to all the people going out to work, all the people coming in from work. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. We're up and we're at it again. Christmas passed. It's the Christmas season, but people still have to go work, right? Manners and respect, everybody. Shout out to the retirees, the entrepreneurs, the stay-at-home moms and pops. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. You're a good person. Let me say that part again, because a lot of people miss that. Every single clean-hearted person who wants good for other people as much as you want good for yourself. Notice I didn't say who wants good for other people, but you want better for yourself. I said who wants good for others as much as they want good for themselves. Shout out to you. You're a good person. I take a special kind of person to do that, right? We got a couple of things we're going to talk about this morning, everybody. So come on in. While you're coming in here, let me shout out some people. Alfred Benjamin, big up yourself. Sonia Unstoppable, thank you for being here. Angie Rowe, good morning. Judy Llewellyn, Dorleen Walter Riley, JJ, Manners and Respect, JJ, up. I'm having on a t-shirt this morning that says up, up, up. For those of you who don't know what up means, it means wake up, wise up, and rise up. All right, big up yourself. Sonia Patterson cares. Thank you for being here. Dwight, thank you for being here. Dwight Robotham, thank you for being here. Truckers Experience, thank you for being here. Stacy Deans, thank you for being here. And who's that? Eleanor Watson, good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are this morning on another episode of Morning Thoughts. I am feeling really good, up and vibrant, healthy and strong, and that is a lot to give thanks for, right? We're not under the ground pushing up daisies. We could have been in the land of the dead, or in the land of the ancestors, or in heaven or hell, depending on depending on who you are and your life works and your religious beliefs and all these other things. Could have been anywhere else right now. Could have been in a hospital, laid up in somebody's hospital bed getting messed up treatment. We're here. We have to give thanks. What's in my cup this morning? I start off slow. It's Monday morning. It's Mondays are usually like what we call manic Mondays, because on Monday morning everybody is rushing again. The weekend just finished. You got to get back to work, all this other stuff. But I flip it around and I call it money-making Monday, not manic Monday. It's another opportunity for you to get up and get your dollars and cents together. Money is not everything, but when you don't have money, it feels like money is everything, right? All right, here, Anna. So let's start off with my tea. So I don't know if y'all remember, I showed you this tea right here. And this tea, this is actually my favorite tea. See, Puka is the brand, and this is the elderberry and echinacea. Let me say it right, because the last time I said echinacea, echinacea, and somebody said that's not how you say it, SoFlo. It's echinacea. Please say it right. All right, so echinacea and elderberry, I'm on this morning. Wifey got me a fresh pack, brand new, full. Let me show it so y'all can go get it if you want to. There it is. All right. But not only did she do that, you see, wifey knows I love tea. So what she did was she made sure that in my Christmas present, I had from the same Puka brand. See it there? Tea coming styling up. My tea coming styling up. All right. And in this, and this is from the same brand, Puka, as you can see it right there. See? All kind of something in here. You have the turmeric glow, peppermint and licorice. You have the 3 ginger, all organic. Everything here is organic. the 3 ginger, of course, the elderberry and echinacea. All right. And you have nighttime tea, oatmeal. The nighttime tea consists of oat flour, lavender, and lime flour. And of course, there is the Puka Love, it's called. It's a heartwarming touch of rose, cinnamon, rose, chamomile, and lavender. So there's a bunch of different something in here. And of course, there's the detox. So each one of these boxes is something different, right? With the tea. The tea come in a style. I've gotten a re-up thanks to the wifey. See it there? All right. So in my cup this morning is my echinacea and my elderberry. No sugar needed for this tea. This tea is sweet on its own. It carries a little sweet taste to it. My wife said it make her feel nauseous or sick or she get a headache or she don't like it, but I like it. More for me, all right? All right, so here we are, people. One of the things we're going to talk about this morning is the stimulus bill. The stimulus bill has been signed by Donald Trump, your great outgoing president. And like I told you, I don't think anyone is getting a $2,000 check. Now, here's the thing. Because there are still some Trump supporters who, no matter what you say about Mr. Trump, they feel like you just don't like the man for no reason. The tricky games that they play, right? And like I told you before, this was all an end strategy for him to lead to something else. So Trump came out and said he's not signing that bill until it says $2,000 for every American. $2,000. The last round of checks that went out, it was $1,200. And I said if he wanted to give us $2,000, he could have done so while he was in office, while he had the power to do so. Remember when cuss out Joe Biden and he told Joe Biden that you've been in service, you've been in this thing, the political bubble for 40-something years, and you know, do nothing. That's what he told the man, right? All right, and you could have done this on your watch. You could have done that on your watch. One of the things that President Trump could have done on his watch is he could have made sure that we got a $2,000 check. He didn't. He gave us a $1,200 check. It's okay. We took the $1,200 check and we enjoyed it or used it to do what it needed to do. This round, $2,000 was his proposal. But the proposal they had on the table was for $600. Trump said, no, sign it until it says $2,000. Now, getting a $2,000 check right now at this very moment would be very, very nice to get, okay, for anybody. Even if you have the money already and it don't mean nothing to you. Because you know, on social media, everybody rich. Everybody move with a little bit of money. $2,000, I know nothing that, I know money that. And it would have been good to get that $2,000 check. I'm not pretending like I'm rich and none of that stuff. The $2,000, I would have well hug it up. You understand? And I would have well use it. A 6 pick me have, you know. So I would have well used it. A 6 pick me have. So I would have well used that $2,000. But ain't no $2,000 coming. What's gonna come is $600. Okay, $600. And the details. Some of the details out of the new stimulus that's been approved now and is now heading to our tables or our mailbox is $600, and you will receive this $600 if you make $75,000 per year and below. All right, so if you're up there with the whole heap of money people and you're making over $75,000 a year, you more than likely won't be seeing this check. This is for people making $75,000 per year and below. All right. No $2,000 check is coming your way. So stop lookout for it. Married couples and joint filers can get $1,200. All right. That's about it for the check. So shout out to all of you who are waiting for that check. The check is on its way. It may not be much, but use it constructively and continue to truck on. All right. Somebody says, "So Flo, you're so wicked. You're really up here advocating for the people them to get a $600 check instead of a $2,000 check." That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I don't pretend to be better. I'm just like you, you know. I'm just like you. And many of you out there are probably doing way better than I'm doing financially. So I'm not wealthy. I'm not wealthy at all. The money would be good for me too. I was just trying to point out the politics in it. Because I know no $2,000 check was not coming. And here it is. It won't be happening. But you will get a $600 check. And if you're married and you file jointly, then you will get a $1,200 check. A couple of things on that stimulus bill that got left out that they wanted to put into the bill was federal federal loans, a deferment on repayment of federal loans. So for those of you who took out your big student loans and you went to school and you got your degree and you did it all on faith, you stepped out on faith. You said to yourself, I'm going to take out that loan because I'm determined to finish school. And when I finish school, I'm going to go into my career field and pay that money back in the process. Once the money is paid back, I will still have my degree, and all the rest of money I earn for the rest of my life will be for me. You stepped out on faith. Well, they had those repayments. Your monthly payments were delayed. You could get away with not paying now for a couple of months now, since this whole pandemic thing. That will be expiring pretty soon. So you will have to continue to pay those in the near future. I believe in a couple of days. That will go back into effect. So there is no protection in this new stimulus bill for that. Another thing that in the bill was rent deferment. What they did was they included an extra $300 per week for unemployment insurance. So for those of you who work in somebody's establishment, that they give you, listen to this, they give you the opportunity to take out unemployment insurance. If you didn't do it, then you won't be seeing a part of this extra $300 per week. All right. If you did do it, then you will be seeing this money. So shout out to the people them who did that, took out their unemployment insurance. I remember one of these facilities that I went to where we signed up your paperwork, so how you get paid and how much goes to taxes or whatever. I actually skipped the unemployment insurance. I was like, I don't need that. I want all my money. No. Now in hindsight, that was a stupid move, because had I been out working, had that been my only source of income, and had I been laid off or can't go to work because of the pandemic thing, then I would have been one of those people too that would not be getting anything from the unemployment insurance. So unemployment insurance, people will get an extra $300 per week. That was all included in this new stimulus package. For those of you who don't know, go and look it up. You might be one of the people that can collect this money. All right. And then rental assistance, extra 1 month extension has been added for, they could throw you out. If you're renting a place, if you pay your rent, you can stay. If you don't pay the rent, you have to go, right? They have included in this bill an extra 1 month where you can now get yourself together and say, okay, I'm falling behind. Pardon me, landlord, things rough right now, and you have an extra month of buffer where you have to get yourself together. Now, that's not a lot of time, because people that are living hand to mouth and actually find themselves in a situation where you're behind on the rent now, where you're looking at eviction, an extra month is not really a lot of time, but it's still something. It's 4 extra weeks where you can get busy and go find wherever you have to find this money. Otherwise, more than likely, they would still be evicting you. So those are the little things. And there are some more things in this bill. I encourage you to go read up on it and get the details and see where you can get into the money. Like that extra $300 right there for those who did have unemployment insurance. Me don't want you to sit down, you know, and then say, after all this is done, you're like, oh man, I didn't know I could collect an extra $300 through the unemployment insurance. And then it's like 6 months down the road. $300 a week is 4 weeks in a month. That's an extra $1,200 a month. All right, $1,200 a month times 6. Do the maths. That's a good chunk of money right there. All right, now moving right along. Mr. Trump is still on his way out as we move into the new year, and Biden is going to be president with Kamala by his side as vice president, and that's where we're heading. Nothing has changed. Now, first, let me send out my condolences to this Jamaican doctor who passed away in the U.S. in a hospital. And they ran the story in a couple of different places, but one particular place I took it from, shout out to the Loop out of Jamaica. And the headline says a Jamaican-born doctor dies of COVID after citing poor treatment in a U.S. hospital. So her whole story came down to she is a Black woman and she is also a doctor. However, when she tested positive, started developing symptoms and difficulties, she checked herself into a hospital that she thought was the hospital that's closest to her house, right? They treated her like, I want to find a word, how she described it. They treated her badly. Okay, them treat her like she don't know nobody. She don't have no ranks. So it came down to doctors treating doctor, right? And she still wasn't able to lend her expertise or tell them anything while she was in there concerning her health. She eventually left that hospital. She checked into another hospital. The day after she checked into the other hospital, she died. She passed away. That's Dr. Susan Moore, and she's a 52-year-old resident of Indianapolis, Indiana. She passed away in the hospital, and her gripe was that the white doctors in that hospital treated her badly. She said that, no, while laying in her hospital bed with an oxygen tube in her nostrils, she actually has a Facebook video out where she lengthily for about 15 minutes straight described her treatment at the facility, all the shortcomings, all the nasty things that go on behind the scene, and then she ends up dead. Foul play. Much? All right. She said that the white doctors reportedly downplayed her complaints of pain. And she's stating further that she felt uncomfortable. The doctor said he felt uncomfortable giving her any more narcotics than what he was giving her already. It's funny because I was watching a documentary where they went undercover, and it proved that the white doctors, a lot of them actually believe that Black people are more resilient when it comes to pain, and we have a higher threshold. So in other words, then we can take more pain than anybody else. That's their general consensus. So they found in multiple hospital records where, say for instance, the pain that they would give a white person 10 milligrams for, they would give a Black person the lowest dose for the same thing. Same two Black female or 2 Black males. The white person would get a higher dose, 10 milligrams of the good narcotics to take care of the pain, while the Black person would get less than half of a dose. They would always get the minimal dose. So you would end up getting a 2.5 or a 5 milligram, where they would give their others 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams. They would max. A lot of them actually got maxed out at the max amount they are allowed to receive, but not the Black patients. So her bringing this up is actually really, really real. Real life stuff though. She said, I was in so much pain from my neck. My neck hurt so bad. I was crushed. He made me feel like I was a drug addict, and he knew that I was a physician. I don't take narcotics. I was hurting, she said. I was in tears. she said, and her voice was crackling as she was telling her story. I think I have a little piece of her story here where you can see.
This is the second worst day.
Okay, here's some of her.
At IU North. Yesterday, Dr. Bannock, Bannec,
she's calling names. Dangerous.
wanted to send me home. You know, at that time, I'd only received 2 treatments of the remdesivir. He said, you don't need it. You're not even short of breath.
Wow.
I said, yes, I am.
This is a doctor, right?
Then he went on to say, you don't qualify. I must have, because I've gotten 2 treatments. Then he further stated, you should just go home right now. And I don't feel comfortable giving you any more narcotics. I was in so much pain from my neck. My neck hurt so bad. I was crushed. He made me feel like I was a drug addict. And he knew I was a physician. I don't take narcotics. I was hurting. So, spoke to patient advocate who left me wanting. There's not much I can do. So I started asking, send me to another hospital where they can treat me. And if they're not going to treat me here properly, send me to another hospital. Well, next thing I know, I'm getting a stat CT of my neck with and without contrast. The CT went down a little bit into my lungs, and you could see new pulmonary infiltrates, new lymphadenopathy all throughout my neck. And all of a sudden, yes, we will treat your pain. You have to show proof that you have something wrong with you.
Beyond what others have to show.
For you to get the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I put forward and I maintain, if I was white, I wouldn't have to go through that. And that man never came back and apologized. This Dr. Bannock guy. And then today now, supposed to be getting the narcotics, right? They came in 9 o'clock. I've been in pain since 7. And when they came in, very, very sympathetic. Yeah, we will get you pain medicine. I don't want to give you IV narcotics. How about PO? Fine. I just want my pain to end. So then he says, well, what pain medicine? I said, I don't know. I don't take them on a regular basis. I don't even write for them. All I know is that I'm in intense pain and morphine worked. Okay, well, we'll give you Percocet. Okay? I don't know nothing about it. I don't think I've ever had it. It was another 2.5 hours before I got the pain medicine. The nurse came in, the first thing I said to that nurse was, why did I have to wait for so long? The nurse snapped back, well, you're not my only patient. I have 5 other patients, you know. I said, I have been in pain since 7 a.m., you know. Well, I can't be in here every 5 minutes. I said, no, you were in here once in 4 hours. What? I was in here an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. That was once, since your shift started at 7. Well, I had other people, and I had to take the shift change. We had to give report. I am a patient. Are you going to take care of me or not? And he went in. Now, that is not how you treat patients. Period. So I don't trust this hospital, and I'm asking to be transferred. These people wanted to send me home with new pulmonary infiltrates and all kind of lymphadenopathy in my neck. The other thing that white Dr. Bannock said was that if I stayed, that he would send me home Saturday at 10 p.m. in the dark. Who does that? On a weekend, who does that?
We know who does that.
And that nurse was telling me, oh, I was marching in Black Lives Matter. I told him, no, I don't believe none of that. Not one bit. Not one iota. He wouldn't even know how to march. Probably can't even spell it. This is how black people get killed. When you send them home and they don't know how to fight for themselves. I had to talk to somebody, maybe the media, somebody, to let people know how I'm being treated up in this place. And he gladly told me, I know you're a doctor. And he didn't want the black doctor to have no medicine, nothing. And then had the nerve to say, it's because of him, the nurse, that I got the medicine. Really? Because of you? No. How about because I had that stat CT of my neck, where it showed all of that lymphadenopathy and infiltrates? Yeah, you didn't know about that? You didn't get that in report? That's what I said. To being black up in here, this is what happens.
Wow. Wow. You see, I see somebody left a comment just now, and the comment said, rest in peace to her because she died. And that transfer that she was trying to get, she was like, transfer me up out of here, take me to another hospital, is a doctor. She's a doctor. She have good insurance and everything. She know what she's talking about as well. She was fighting for a transfer, right? How she died right after she transferred to the other hospital. No foul play. You see, for us, and I tell my people this all the time, that's why I say all the time, me not gonna let me better than nobody. I don't let no little college paper or any status of anything get to my head to have me feeling like they're going to treat me different. I am now one of them. I'll never be one of them. They'll never see me as one of them. You understand? Furthermore, we're about equal treatment right across the board for everybody. So we advocate for stuff like that. I feel, don't quote me, but I don't think that she just died from no COVID, okay? I think this is one of those cases where that was the slap on, that's backhand slap on your mouth because you chat too much. You uppity, you're a doctor, huh? Shut your mouth. That was one of those. That's what happened to that lady, man. And she documented it. They didn't know that she documented all that was going on at that hospital. She ended up dying. She ended up dying when she could have been saved. So, but here's the thing. Somebody just left a comment and they said, she's a doctor and she didn't know all this about her associates or her fellow people in that field. Then she knew. And that's exactly the type of stuff that I talk about when I say to you guys, everybody wants to turn their back on the problem and act like we don't see it until it hits your doorstep. She's a doctor. I am pretty sure that all the stuff that she's talking about, she has seen it before, and she knows that it is real and it happens all the time. But when you're stuck in a place where you either have a career or you speak up and be the whistleblower and then get sacrificed, whether it's sacrificed by being what they call blacklisted or what they call losing your job or whatever, your career gets messed up and you get blacklisted, people go quiet. And you're forced to think, you know what? I'm a doctor. I have the skills, I have the know-how, the knowledge to take care of myself and my family. If we get into anything, it's sad and I've seen it, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to back off. And then I'm going to just not say anything. I am sure as a doctor, she never thought that that would be her way going out, that she would be placed in the company of other doctors from her profession and back in because of, I'm sure, because of skin color. She didn't know that she would be treated like this, and she didn't know that this would end up being the end of her life. You know what I'm saying? So we have to advocate. We have to speak up where we see wrong. It's just like how I say all the time, the crime situation in Jamaica. I can deal with crime anywhere. Crime is everywhere. But murder at that level is not everywhere. And it on an island that is so small, we're all going to be affected at one point or another, whether it's through close association or somebody we know that knows somebody is going to be affected. And it's only a matter of time before it lands on your doorstep. So you got to speak up when you are in these situations. It's hard to speak up while you're going through it, though, because fear is in your mind once you start to realize that all these things that I've been told is actually true. You start to think, am I going to make it out of here alive? Are they going to kill me? Are they going to kill me for organs? Or are they going to kill me for this or for that or for experiment or for just to prove a point? Or you don't know. So you're forced to shut up. As an infantry soldier, one of the things that we confront in the military is death. You confront death all the time. And every time we get papers to go on a mission, right? When orders come down to go on a mission, we pretty much say goodbye to our families. You are required. This is not a choice. Every infantry soldier is required to have a will. You have a living will, and then you have a will for after you pass. Now, when you're young and you're doing your will paperwork right before like time come for these missions and everything, it makes you really rethink your life. And one of the things I remember specifically, man, is how us black soldiers, we said to each other, if I get knocked down on the battlefield, please send me the black medics. Please send me the black medics. We go into combat, we ride with medics. We have a medic as a part of our team. That way you can start to get medical help as soon as you get hit. If you get hit, we don't have to sit and wait to be transported, firefight to be over with, area to be cleared, then somebody come scrape you up. Plus, y'all know, I'm sure y'all know already, the whole leave nobody behind stuff. So we train to fight and carry our own. So we don't leave anybody on the battlefield. But we think ahead because we've seen so much tragedy and carnage, and you know, Master, so we think ahead and we get together as black soldiers. And in my unit, we used to say that specifically to each other. Make sure if anything happens to me, hey, look out for me, man. Listen, make sure if anything happens to me, and we're all going to do it for each other, that I am surrounded by the black medics. If I look up and I see all white faces around me, no disrespect to white people out there, I'm one of the people that say all white people are not racist, just like all black people are not ignorant or low IQ thinking, low vibrational, people. You know what I mean? There's no generalization of anybody. So this is not a hit at the white race per se. This is just me giving an account of an experience. We would say to each other, Tennille Russell, I appreciate you. Thank you. Tennille says, bless up, and thanks for keeping us informed. This story is news to me, and it's a sad situation. Yeah, it just came out a couple hours ago. We always said to each other, and I appreciate your donation, Tennille. Thank you so much. We always say to each other, if I look up and I'm surrounded by white faces, I know I'm going to hell. My soul is not going to rest in peace. We were that much in fear. We weren't even so much in fear of going out there, running a mission and getting shot or getting blown up, because this is what we train for, right? This is what we train for, and we're going to deal with the consequences if it so happened going that way. But we know that we ride with medics, and we know how they get down. Like they look, I've seen it. I've seen black and white get injured at the same time. I've seen the black person had an injury where they could have been saved. And I've seen the white person, I'm not calling no names, I got stories to tell though. And I've seen the white person, actually all the white medics converged up on this one white person who we could tell from a distance, ain't no way this person is gonna make it. Ain't no way he's gonna make it. Half of his body is gone. There's no way he's gonna make it. But they stay there and they try and they try. And you're watching your own over here, a black soldier over here going through it, and you're like, are they gonna do something for him? Like, are y'all gonna? And he just bleed out right there. All their attention goes to their own first. I'm a big skeptic when it comes to, and again, this ain't about no white race. I'm not trying to blanket and paint any one group of people, but I'm saying I am a big skeptic as a black man when it comes to going for medical treatment. I am in fear once I see a white face. That white person could have my best interest at heart. They could even possibly have my best interest at heart and are more capable of treating me than the black doctor that I am seeking. But my mind just won't sit right until I see a black face. You know, me look on it. If y'all kill me, make a black person do it. Because it'll be too cliche for it to go the other way. And it's sad that Cece, it's sad. It's sad in her situation. It's sad that this is our reality as a people. So when people start talking about bun education and school, yo, them think they are institutionalization and yeah, go make your money outside of that, and as an idiot talk that. Because the only way that we can really actually affect change is from going on the inside. You can't affect much from outside. You just sitting out here waiting to become a victim. And you're left at the mercy when you're at your sickest, when you're at your most vulnerable, you're weak. You're left at the mercy of someone who was raised to not like you simply for your race. You're at the mercy of someone who is looking at you with their life, your life in their hands. And they can look at you and decide, F this ninja. Do the wrong thing. You're out of here. That's the end of your precious life. It's the same way how one time white police pull over white people, they talk to them as if they are family members. You ever see them when they pull over their own? It's like, hey man, I ain't seen you in a while. How your mama doing? How's your daddy doing? Hey, how's your brother doing? They talk like family. When they pull us over, it doesn't matter if they run your license plate from behind and they find out that you are somebody of something reputable or honorable, or they pull out, they come to you one hand on the gun already. They're ready to shoot. They don't approach their own the same way. It's the same reason why we see white people be able to, nope. The police, I said, wind your window down. And the white person is able to say, no, I'm not putting my window down. There's no law that says I have to wind my window down. The window is open enough. Me laugh, you know. I laugh sometimes when I watch them argue because I read the comment sections and I watch black people over there talking about, yeah, you just have to know the law and then you can do exactly like this. No, you can't. The first time you say, no, I'm not winding the window down, I've seen the videos. We see what happens. I'm going to tell you one more time, wind this window down. I don't have to wind the window down. The window is low enough where I can hand you all my documents that you're requesting. I don't have anything hiding in here. I'm not a suspect in any crime or anything. You're pulling me over for what? Because my tail light. Okay, here's all my information. Bow! They shatter the glass and drag you up. They don't even bother opening your door. Shatter the glass in your face and drag you out your vehicle. Then I've seen white people, they're able to like take the ticket, tear it up right in front of the police, throw it back on him. You done now? You done now? And drive off. And they don't do nothing. So until we can realize that we are treated differently on all levels, law enforcement, medical, on all financial, oh man, financial on all levels. We just purchased the house, right? And that in itself is a blessing because a lot of people are hurting financially right now. So to be able to purchase a house in the middle of this pandemic thing where people are worried about, am I going to get a $600 check or a $1,200 check or a $2,000 check? You know, we've been blessed enough to be able to do that. So the information that I really want to give out on the financial side, which is another way how they cripple us, I'm going to do all that when we vlog for the house. So I want to do a walkthrough, a thorough walkthrough. I want to show the whole property, you know, and we show these things just for motivation. It's not show off thing, because we don't show off. We don't worship material things. We don't broke our neck over material things either. I am one of those people that are from the pay it forward generation. So I'm thinking of paying it forward. So everything you see that we're investing in financially and all this other stuff, it's about the children. Yeah, we're going to live in it and we're going to enjoy it while we're here, but it's more about for the children. It's a big way to pass on or to build generational wealth, okay, and to pass something on. So, but financially, they do us the same way. Financially, medically, they do us the same way. And law enforcement wise, we are treated different. And you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of that. It's sad to see, though, that she was a doctor and she still couldn't save herself. That's to show you how vulnerable we are. I'm not no doctor. I don't have half the knowledge on medical stuff that this lady has. She is a full-fledged, certified, practicing doctor that took ill and ended up in the care of other doctors. And you know, in order for us to make it to certain levels, the playing field is not leveled. So when you see a doctor that is black, you best believe that that doctor had a more extensive interview for, you know, when you got to do your interview, when you're getting ready to go into your program, when you're getting ready to do your clinicals, when you're getting ready to do your residency, you better believe that doctor did a way more extensive vetting. You better believe that their thesis had to be on point, top of the top. You better believe that they had to have been outscoring more than 60-70% of the class in order to even be considered for the program. You better believe that they are confronted with all the racism, all the underlined innuendos, and they test you. They test you when you come in. They'll make jokes in front of you, racist jokes, and then they'll pretend like it wasn't that. And then they'll see how you react, and they're studying you the whole way. They'll see how you react, and if you react kind of funny, they'll be like, this one could be a problem, because we won't be free to make our kind of jokes we want to make anymore if we get them in here. Deny them, or say we're full right now and send them. We don't think that this is fitting environment for this person. I think they would better be suited over there and send you somewhere else. Like, it's rough for us, man. It's rough. It's rough out here. So to all of you out there, man, who are keeping your head above water, who are swimming and not sinking, and it gets so tired swimming sometimes. It just gets tired. It gets tiring. I get tired, I should say. It gets tiring just swimming. It gets tiring just staying afloat. It gets tiring just trying to get ahead. Now, granted, anything that is worth something is going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice to get, because we weren't born with gold spoons in our mouth. I don't come from privilege, even though I do. I come from privilege as in where I come from is better off than a lot of people are, but it's still not what we call privileged, as in everything wasn't laid out for me. So I had to go through it and I had to go get it. That's most of our stories. So the playing field is never leveled for us, and we have to fight extra hard over everything. So while you see your other counterparts from other nationalities and races advancing ahead, sometimes when you hear me say stuff like, I don't believe in excuses, pull up your bootstraps, you know, I say that sometimes, and it's a bit callous, but I cannot, and I cannot turn a blind eye to the reality that I can see how a lot of my people get frustrated and stop, get tired, get worn out, just give up and start to choose the easy path. It's designed for us to do just that. It is designed to break your spirit. It is designed to make you not able to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish, no matter how smart you are. Okay? It is designed like that. So your fight is a different fight. Your fight is not the same fight as your white counterparts fight. You have to go fight extra hard for it. That's our reality. That's the way things are set up for us here. And like I said, I encourage people to go to school. I even encourage people to take out a loan. If you are focused and determined, you go seek out the grants, go seek out the loans, take them out, do what you have to do, get what it is you need to go to that next level. You have a student loan after? Well, you have a job now that pays $110,000 a year. You can take time, pay off that student loan. They can't take away your experience, the knowledge gained through that experience, and your college degree or your university degree, whatever it is, associates, bachelor's, master's, apprenticeship, training, because everybody doesn't have to go to just some university or college. Go do, you know, there are things out there, a trade. Take out that money, go pay it, go to school, learn it, do what you have to do, and pay the money back. There are people that stepped out on good faith for that, and they made good of it. But we cannot affect change from the outside. We're just on the outside running our mouth. We have to affect change from the inside. So we have to advocate for, and we have to pave a way for not only us, but our children and their children to be able to become lawyers and to be able to become doctors and to be able to become all these people in the financial world, head of financial institutions. Those three things, if you don't have those three things, you are subservient to others and you are at the mercy of others. Check it. Black banks. When we need money to borrow, loans to start businesses, when we're applying for grants they have through these institutions, all this stuff, we go to other people. When we get sick and we need a doctor, we need medical care, we don't have our own hospitals. So we don't have our own banks. So we have to go for financial needs. When we get sick, we don't have our own hospitals. These people don't really know our genetic makeup like that. They're still trying to figure us out. Us know us, but we have to go to others because we don't have our own hospitals. How the world sees us is through mass media. We don't own any powerful media outlets, neither through radio or television. So how we are seen around the world, that's somebody else doing how they want us to be seen around the world. So we have to advocate to go inside of these systems. Sadly, this doctor, she was inside of the system and she still couldn't save herself. Yes, Nina Sky says Jewish people have it mapped out, and they do. And this was a conscious decision from the Jewish community to make sure that they had that. It was a conscious decision from the Jewish community to make sure that they circulate their money in their community as long as possible. Right now, and it's been from way back, majority of the buildings in Brooklyn, New York are owned by Jewish people. And when it comes time for them to retire or sell their business, their buildings, this is a building in a neighborhood that has 99.999% of Black people. When it's time for them to sell, you as a Black person go in there and say, for instance, the building is being sold for 1.5 mil. You go in there, you have your 1.5 mil, you're ready to go. They'll tell you no. They would prefer to sell that building for 800,000 to their own, even though the asking price is 1.5 mil. They would prefer to sell it for 800,000 to their own than for them to sell it outside to you for that asking price of 1.5 mil. So they are very conscious of what it is they're doing, and they know why they do it. But we're not there as a people yet. We're not there as a people yet. We can't even agree on small things. We can't agree on small things, so everything else we get a beating. And in truth and in part, that is because that is our punishment. Our punishment for our inability to unite as a people. All the stuff that's happening is our punishment because we have failed to unite as a people, and we continue to fail to unite as a people. How we do it is like this. Oh, how much is Puffy worth? Oh, he's worth 1.5 billion. How much is Jay-Z worth? Oh, he's worth 2.2 billion. How much is Kanye worth? How much is this person worth? And then we worship the people that have a lot of money. All these people that work hard, gain their money, have a lot of money, they're not coming together. You got a mil, I got a mil, you have a billion, you have 100 million. All right, put our stuff together, right? Let's make sure that this will outlive us. Let's make sure we establish our own media house. Let's make sure we establish. That means if the world wants to truly understand Black culture and Black people, there's this one place they can tune in. Everything else outside of that is either hearsay or is up for questioning. This is that one place. Let's establish that. Let's establish our own institution as a medical institution. Let's establish our, nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that. And until we can do that, we're at the mercy of other people. Sad to see. Sad to see. And you know, she leave Jamaica, you know, she come here proud, you know. Just like me and a lot of us, when you leave the Caribbean and you come overseas and you say, yes, foot on the ground, I'm about to make something of myself. And she did. She did. But she didn't go out quietly. And I respect her for that. So this is documented. This is here for us all to see. And don't forget, the transfer that she was fighting for, she died the day after she got transferred. Nobody can tell me nothing. Them kill her. On purpose. Anyhow, Janet Jones says, get up, stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight. Who the cap fit, let them wear it. In the words of Bob Marley, yes? Jews' money stay in their community. That is the reason why they are powerful. That is the reason why they are powerful. Somebody said to me, Soflo, you don't see certain people getting dragged out of their car or shot down in a simple traffic stop where they originally got stopped because your backlight was out, which could happen to anybody. You could look over your vehicle, make sure the vehicle is perfect, and you drive 2 blocks down the street and your right indicator in the back just decide the bulb is going to blow right now, and it blows. And now you're driving down the street and you're making a right turn. You're thinking it's working, and police is behind you because to them, looking from their car, they're seeing a vehicle that's busting right turns all over the place and never making an indicator that you're going right, right? It's a traffic offense, moving violation. So they're going to pull you over. But when they pull you over is when the issues really start. Because it quickly becomes not about your light. Quickly becomes not about your light. Anyhow, right? Yeah, Black Wall Street. People gave me examples of that. Oh, they said, Soflo, you know why some people are not getting that kind of treatment? It's because they respect their money. The people might not necessarily like them, but they respect their money. So when the Chinese community can take all their money out of your pocket, when the white people can do the same, and they vote, not in the big election per se for president, because that's what we all get caught up in, the big show. When it's more about who governs locally. So we don't participate in any of the local elections. And then you wonder why you have outspoken redneck that's your chief of police of your city, or somebody who seems to be a white supremacist that's the head of your chief of police of your city. Is because a certain group of people vote. You didn't. It's also because a certain group of people are united and they know how to hit where it hurts. People don't respect you so much until you can take away their money. When you can take away a person's money, you can affect how they live. You can affect how they feed their children. You can affect their lifestyle. You can affect how often they take fancy vacations with their families. You can downgrade their vehicles that they drive. You can make them have to go trade back in the boat. You can make them have to downsize the house they're living in. When you can affect their pockets is when you can make real effect, real changes. And us, we can't do it because we give everybody our money freely. It nice, me see it, me like it, me want it. Here, we don't know how to hold on to our money and we don't know how to make it circulate in our community. Again, I was watching a documentary, and of course, the Black community is the community that leads for money leaving that community the fastest. It is said that the money leaves the Black community within the first hour. 1 hour. That's how much our dollar spends in our community is 1 hour before it's out of our community. I believe the Jewish community, it says it was months. And same thing for the Asian community. It was months. They will have that dollar circulating in their community for months. And imagine hours circulated for 1 hour in our community and it was gone. Think about it. Think about it. So when we're pointing fingers and we're saying, oh, these people stay like this and them don't like us and these treat us like this, just remember the things that you can do, that's in your power to do, that you just wake up every day and just decide you're not doing. We talk a lot of buy black. We talk a lot of support your own, but we don't. We don't. For me to even ask my audience, say, yo, go over to this channel and go support this person, I know what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right there. Majority of the people see it, skip right past it. They're not supporting nobody. They're not going nowhere. Their mind's already geared to something else. I just so we do. So largely in part, it is us. You see it? It is us. There are things that we can do to empower us, but we're not doing them. Whether it's because we've been practicing this for generations now, to where now it's just an automatic wheel in motion where we do it without even thinking about it. But that's what it is for us. Now we're at the top of the hour, but I still wanted to talk about something else before I leave. So the people who are going through it, man, you're losing family members in a time like this. It's a rough time to be losing family members anytime, even before pandemic and after pandemic, right? A rough time to always lose a family member. So my condolences goes out to everybody who's experienced a loss. There's a brother that used to tune in to SoFlo TV all the time, and I'm sure for those of you who tune in all the time, you would have remembered him because you get familiar with the names and stuff. So the name was Corrigan. Corrigan. I don't know if you remember that name, but he was here all the time on the channel, and he passed away. Right? He passed away. So I don't know. I send my condolences out to his family, but this is somebody that I met through this channel that I would talk to offline. He's older than I am, and he used to spit a lot of knowledge to me and pretty much a lot of guidance as well. Yeah, and a lot of reassurance and support. So that's one of our SoFlo TV family members. Papa Corrigan is what we call him. He passed away recently. I believe it was the day before Christmas. My wife also had a death in her family. And this is, man, I tell you, good people, I think good people really do die under circumstances that make me question. So Brains had a death in her family as well. I'm not going to go into too much details of it. I'll let her do it on her own time, on her own channel. You can go check out her channel and hear her talk about it. But I will say from my experience, the brother that passed is relatively young. I met him in Jamaica, of course, when I went around her family and stuff. And I easily the most humblest person I have ever met. Now that's a hard title because I've met some really humble people. But this brother brought me back to when I first started seeking enlightenment, and I would go deep into like meditation and yoga and Rasta and, you know, Reds is what they call him. He was not a part of this world, even though he was. If you understand what I'm saying to you, it's not somebody that worship vanity. It wasn't somebody that care about how you look when you come around them. It wasn't somebody that you know those genuine people that would be just genuinely happy just to see you. Come with your two long hand, them. Come with your clothes tear up. Come with everything. Come all a vibe. Just your presence. Yeah. And when I went to Jamaica and I saw how he was living, I was like, wow, I was amazed. A true minimalist. But you know, a Rasta man where and them kind of Rasta man here, the European like women them who decide that they want to go explore and be adventurous and peace and love and puff ganja in the hills and soak up. So them would I find them the kind of Rasta man. He was one of those. Just a good person though. Just a good person. And it's hard on her family right now, as it is on everybody else who's had a loss right now. You know what I mean? His circumstances make it even more tragic. But like I said, I'll leave Brains to talk about that. So she's going through a loss in her family as well. And yeah, that's where we're at. It is what it is. Real people dealing with real things in real life. You know, you're not alone. That's the message this morning, is that you're not alone. All right. So don't feel like you're alone. And I'll close the video out now by saying this. If you saw the vlog, my Christmas Eve vlog, which is up on the channel now, the Christmas Eve vlog, I drove for 16 hours straight I woke up that morning. I did the morning thoughts. I told you after the morning thoughts, I had 3 appointments for the day. I didn't tell you what the 3 appointments were. The 3 appointments were: 1, I had to go pick up a vehicle. 2, I had to go do a final walkthrough on the property we were purchasing. 3, we had to go do the final signing of all the paperwork. You know, when you sign the 1,000 sheet of paperwork and all that, and somebody sits down and explain to you what this is, that clause, whatever. So those 3 appointments. And then right after that, I had to jump on the road and drive 8 hours straight to go pick up my 2 boys in Georgia and drive 8 hours back to make it back to my house Christmas morning. I vlogged the whole thing, so you can see the whole thing on video. I put up the vlog. But people were saying, like, that's dangerous. Why you do that? Why you drive 16 hours straight? I thought you had sense. Somebody actually said, SoFlo, no disrespect, but I really thought you had some sense. I didn't figure you to be a kind of person. Why would you do that? All right. Not to make excuses, but I'm kind of built differently from just your not normal average. I can go through some things easier than most people. See, my thing about that was this, though. It's Christmas time. You see, as a kid, I know what it feels like for your father to say, see you on Wednesday. And you pack your little bag and you're happy and you wait till Wednesday. And you sit down and all Wednesday, hi, Papa, morning. SARS. The man is up. So Wednesday, you wait whole day, no daddy no show up. You remember that sinking feeling, that rejected feeling? And then him say, okay, me I come Wednesday, I come Monday. And you pack your bag again and you wait. Monday come, gone. Whole Monday you waiting, you looking, no daddy. I remember that feeling. And I told myself I'll never have my children feel that feeling. And one thing I never say to my children is I promise. In order for me to say I promise to them, in order for me to say I promise to them, I have to be 110% sure that I'm able to accomplish what it is I said to them I'm going to accomplish. So I told my son, I said, look, I think the deal is going to fall through. We're going to get the property. They kept backing it up all the way to Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas. I couldn't go get my kids because I had to be here to take care of that. I told my son, I said, you know, I promise I'll be there. But it's probably going to be, even if it's Christmas morning, I'll be there. So right after that deal was done, I was tired as hell, but I had to jump in that car and I had to drive 8 hours and I had to drive 8 hours back again. And I did a 16-hour drive straight back to back just to make sure that those kids can take me at my word. If dad says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. That is what reliability is. That is what a reliable person is. That's the definition of reliable. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I don't want to disappoint my children. My biggest fear is to have children that grow up and then have bad things to say about me. So I made sure that I did that 16-hour drive. It was rough. One time I was driving and I kind of felt like I was about to go into a sleep. So I pulled over and it was cold. And if you watch the vlog, you will see us pull over and we jumping around in the cold, just trying to wake up. And I grabbed a cup of coffee, back on the road again. But I did it for them. I did it for them. So end this video this morning by saying this. Shout out to the mothers out there. A lot of you are strong and a lot of you are forced to be strong. A lot of you are left alone to be extra strong and to overcompensate and to do what you can for your children. Yes. So shout out to you. To the fathers, them, I'll say this, man. Make sure you're there for your children. I don't care what kind of responsibilities or accolades you have in a life. All those are man-made things. The one responsibility that the Almighty has charged you with, once you've been blessed with a child, that responsibility right there of protecting and providing and guiding that child into adulthood and even being there for them throughout their lifetime, that's a heavy responsibility that you must never, ever, ever take lightly. Okay? So I don't care what you have to do. Be there for your children. That's how I'm going to say. And this message is for the men. For the men. It's a festive season. A lot of people doing a lot of partying. Side chick and girlfriend. I get big gifts when the kids haven't even seen you for the holidays. Talk truth. Fix up your thing. All right? Fix up your thing. You're hurting these kids more than you will ever know. More than you will ever know. All right? And with that said, we're going to end this morning live. Shout out to everybody that came out this morning. Manners and respect. And I'll be riding with you right through, man. So I'll see you tomorrow morning again. God spare my life. And I'm up and healthy. And we'll do another morning thoughts tomorrow morning. Have a blessed day. Spread a little love around. Yeah. Try to keep a smile on your face. Don't make nobody take away your joy today. Keep a smile on your face. Find a reason to smile throughout the day. Y'all go through things. People are go through things. But keep your head up and find a reason to smile, all right? Upliftment. That's what I deal with. See that? Up, up, up. All right? Bless up. I'm out. Peace. Come say bye-bye. You want to say bye-bye? You hiding? You want to say bye-bye? I don't get no hugs. Oh. Say bye. Look. Say bye. Hmm? I love you, Tata. I love you, Tata. Kai's getting big, right? One bit. I would tell Brains to come around here, but she don't have on no clothes. She like not have on no clothes. I love you. All right. Say bye-bye. Why are you looking like that? Say bye. Square scissors. Egg.